is the reason why you brought me down here. Just showing off the place.
Yeah, it's a lot better than staying above when we're not supposed to be above.
Yeah, especially with Strange on the prowl.
I can freely walk around above once I get all my fucking tattered clothes fixed up.
Yeah, we're kind of on the back foot. We used to think about repairing our stuff and getting new supplies, but small steps, right?
Small steps feel even smaller as nowadays.
Yeah, well, it's just like it was back at the start of last year. When the flood hit, we had very little.
Yeah, it feels like we're really on the back burner all the time.
It's one of those things that's gonna just happen. You get knocked down, you get back up again.
Yeah, you said that yesterday, 2 days ago, Friday. Tends to happen a lot to us. Ace was complaining about being pushed by so many sides, and you said it's a normal thing.
Ace, yeah. As much as I wish it wasn't normal, we kind of just have to
deal with it.
Yeah, roll with it, see what happens. The problem is, Sean is trying to bite off too much more than he can chew. We're split, although he did focus his efforts on Strange recently due to the whole being invaded. The thing is, it's like he's not making things any easier for us by, going after Frank, getting his arms ripped off.
Yeah. There wasn't really a big plan for that either. It was just run in, stick a whole bunch of charges.
He had no plan?
It was go in, stick charges onto trucks, and then explode them.
Did he act like he was... Did he act cocky, overconfident, think he was invincible?
I guess when he 1v1'd Frank, yeah. I guess that entire time he really felt like he wasn't really mindful of what would have actually happened. I don't know. We did have bombs on us. Which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I...
do anything. That's because you're gonna kill yourself along with them.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, he didn't even tell me about the bombs until we got there. Which, it's not even...
He's a one-tracked mind. He's focused on only one thing. He is... He's selfish.
I think he's scared.
Scared?
Yeah. We're losing...
Scared.
We're losing so much territory.
Losing his mother.
And that too.
If you act scared, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna do things based on impulse. He needs to learn to master himself, to think with clarity, even when things are tense.
You think you'd be able to be on a solo mission with him? I don't exactly know.
I'm gonna go on a mission with Lucky.
If you did, do you think you'd be okay? I don't really know exactly what happened or what went on between you two, but even people that don't know see the tensity between you two.
I refuse to go on missions with him because of personal reasons. I'm at least willing to be professional, but at the same time, he killed my best friend. No remorse. Even told him to stop. Begged him. And he did it anyway. And what makes matters worse as well is that he went against orders. He wasn't even leadership. I ordered him to stop. He disregarded it. And then shot up the medical bay with an LMG out of blind rage. There's a time and a place for these kind of things. He behaves like he is doing this for everyone else's benefit. He behaves like he's everyone's friend. But his actions say otherwise. Maybe he's just different. Maybe I'm just different. When it comes to these kind of things. Vengeance is at the forefront of his head, but for me it's at the back. I don't know. Just for your sake, don't get too involved with him. I mean, he's trying to get a group of people up together for a suicide squad to go save his mum. I'm not sure he's still doing it, but the fact he calls it a suicide squad and not a rescue mission tells you a lot about his mental space, where he's going, where he's thinking. He wants other people to lay down their lives for his own benefit, and people are doing it willingly. I don't get that.
I guess it pays to have a silver tongue.
Yo, silver tongues get people killed. Convincing people to do a bad deed, to go down a fool's errand. You have no plan, you have no foresight. It's like you're the devil, deceiving people into doing something that seems good on the surface, but it's not. You're damning yourself to failure, to an unjust death. I understand what Lucky is going through. If it was my family, I'd be doing the same thing, but I'd be smarter about it. I'd be thinking, gathering information, getting capable people, building bonds, getting equipment, biding my time. And sadly with Strange, if Strange does have a time of the essence is no longer a thing. Strange works fast. If he's going to convert her, he would have done it by now. It's now just a case of tying up loose ends, getting her back, at least somewhere safe, or putting her out of her misery, which isn't easy. It's not fair on anyone to go through that. The reason why I asked about Buha is because she is not willing to forgive Six for what she has done. And it seemed like to me she was going to do something about it. Now I'm going to be transparent. I have have faith in Six. I believe she's doing this for the betterment of us, even though it doesn't seem like it. And I told Bruja, as well as what Six has told Bruja, sacrifices have to be made sometimes. I'm not planning to do anything against her. Just want to keep an eye on her. Make sure she's not making any stupid decisions. Because she's not respecting Six. Not because she deserves it, but because of what she is now. She's been influenced by Strange, she's gone for augmentation. She's not going to go quietly. And it's not going to be an easy task.
Can you really blame her?
No, I don't blame her. I understand how she feels. But if she wants to do it, she has to do it right. She's putting herself at risk. Just like Lucky for vengeance, or whatever the fuck she has.
And what if she just did this on her own? She didn't bring any people. She didn't do what Lucky's trying to do.
If Bruja goes by herself, then I wonder what she's thinking, what her plans are. It's one thing to commit murder, but it's another thing to commit murder and get away with a win, with long-lasting, avoidable consequences. She can't do that by herself. Hell, I can't do it by myself. And no offense to Bruja, but I've been in this for a lot longer than her.
No, you have a point. Let me ask you something else.
And what's that?
This zone. Do you think we should just continue building it up? Maybe quieter than it used to be.
Dojo?
Not just the dojo itself, but the zone itself, the people, the community. Do you think it'd be wise to bring in such a small place into our own war?
You don't have to fight to win people's favor of each zone. If we had more resources at our disposal, I would have suggested that if people go to the dojo to learn, to train their own self-defense, then they get free accommodation, food, a place to stay off the streets. People learn discipline, they learn martial arts, they know how to protect themselves, as well as they are off the streets. They'll see us in a favorable light. We make it a code of conduct to not kill. Turn it into like a whole, like those martial art movies, dojo versus dojo. Turn it into a sport. But no killing. That way the public that sees it as just friendly sports, and are not willing to turn their backs on us. If the Tigers tried anything, killed Whisperers in that territory, we win favor. Because we're giving people a place to stay, we're teaching them how to defend themselves. It's good all around. At least that's my fault. When people feel like they're getting something better than their current lot in life, they want to keep hold of it. They want to grasp it tightly and not let it go. And again, if the tigers attack, then we have people that are on our side in terms of morale. They don't want to be oppressed by tigers, so they join us and want to build up the forces. I mean, hell, there was this whole zone that was next to us. I can't remember which one it was. To the southwest. They seemed pretty... I don't know. It seemed weird. It was like a dead zone. There was no one else there. But... they were willing to come to our side. Due to the efforts and promises that we have made.
Then let me ask you something else.
Go ahead.
You've had it once as being a leader. Had gang members, at least I think they did, look up to you. And possibly even look to you for combat training or whatever you possibly did when you were a leader. Gang people are one thing.
People still come to me for training.
Gang people are one thing. What do you do when you start attracting the eyes of innocents? They're not in a gang, they're just civilians.
Attracting what?
The
Sorry?
eyes of innocents. They didn't grow up in a life like we did. Though they're in District 0, so they grew up in a similar light, but... Oh, my nose. They didn't come out like us.
You mean innocents that join the dojo, or do you just mean people out in the public?
I would say same difference.
If innocent people join the dojo, that's just us giving them, again, the ability to defend themselves. If they get involved in tiger attacks because they're affiliated with our dojo, there's nothing we can do about it. They had already put their name on the list when they knew that we are a Whisperer dojo. They know the risks that's come with it. But who else is offering them any kind of assistance and help? If they complain when they don't... If they complain but they know this, then we need to remind them that, look, we're providing you with food, shelter, training to take care of yourself. We're not asking you to fight for us, but be wary of the consequences of joining us. Well, not joining us, but being affiliated, I should say. And as much as it sounds bad, if they don't like being targeted, I want to do something about it. Then we kind of manipulate the situation. We kind of put them in a place where they either train under us, die, accept that people are dying and just carry on with their lives, or they rally up. They join us because they're tired of people dying. Either way, we win and they win. We're not forcing them to join us. We're not forcing them to train at the dojo. That's a choice they're willingly making. And if they're willingly making it, we cannot be left to blame. I know it's bad. It's not good to think of it like that way. We're a gang. It used to be worse 2 years ago. People
Yeah, so I've
literally
heard.
put in debt. In regards to the general innocent people out there, we can try to avoid killing them as much as possible. Make sure that we're not using them as hostages or human shields and the like. We can't save everyone. So just to Gus, say this to everyone, be it Whisperer or civilian, people will die. And people are going to die. But we risk losing more, we risk more people dying if we hesitate, if we show too much restraint. There was a person called Dog. He was a pacifist. He didn't believe in killing people. Admirable as his intentions are, if we leave the tigers to stay alive, who knows? That same tiger which you spare might just come back as a tiger boss, stronger, like Frank. Augmented and more formidable than they were before. And now on the back foot. I'm not telling people to go against morals. I'm not telling people to become murderers or killers. But just to think about what their actions do. And that's all I've ever wanted from this new breed of Whisperer. For people just to think. And not be impulsive. But sadly everyone is. Very few people think.
You know, from a distance, you don't seem like a good talker. But you have your way with words.
I'm not a social person. I don't enjoy talking. I guess I'm just too blunt for people and they just don't like what I say. But I'd rather be told the harsh truth than a disillusioned lie. You know where you stand with me. I know where I stand with you. It's the reason why I don't shake my hands and be friends with Lucky again. People want me just to mull it over. Let bygones be bygones. But it's the service to me, to Lucky, and everyone else around me and him. I say everything's fine with friends, but deep down I don't feel that way. People are going to get caught in the crossfire. He's going to put himself close to me and put himself at risk, as well as others. Besides, there's a time and a place for this. When people sign up to become whisperers, at least how it used to be. If you sign up to become a whisperer, you were driven to do the goal of the leader. And then there lies in another problem. I don't know what Sean is trying to do. He's doing too much, he's trying to appease everyone. But we're making little progress. It's too wishy-washy. What's this for?
Appreciation. You've calmed my nerves, so.
Regarding what? The state of the Whisperers, or about me?
Both. And also whether or not I still feel comfortable about all this.
Our lives are not going to be comfortable. We're going to have to work harder than everyone else. And I also kind of go with the whole creed that you don't grow and develop as a person for comfort. You do it for conflict. At least I want to believe that.
It's fair judgment and opinion.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own opinion of things. Just being human. What matters most is being fine with people's opinions, or at least knowing how to deal with it. Any way to do that is by talking and not lying.
Blunt. Otherwise, you don't get the point across.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. You said but.
Blunt.
Oh, blunt. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I like the way you are, so. It's easier to talk to you than most others.
Bluntness and everything else?
Yeah. I think you'd like talking with Lee too.
Maybe I'm a bit judgmental. I just don't feel like... I don't mind it, but I feel bad. It feels like she doesn't really deserve to be here. Not in a bad way. But she seems too soft.
She got roped in.
I worry for her safety. Yeah.
And it's not your fault, or I should more say, as a general whole, the Whisperer's fault, or Tiger's. It was Kaijin's fault. When they first started surfacing, or not surfacing, when they became more prominent with the oppressors and stuff, her little drug place got raided, and Ivo got her out and brought her here. Saving grace Ivo is.
To make sure she's at least... Pardon?
I just said Ivo's a saving grace.
Yeah. Imagine. Ivo has a lot of street smarts.
They got a lot of smarts.
Good worth ethic. Didn't really interact with them all that much, so I can't really pass too much judgment on them.
Yeah. Sadly, I don't think they're around the Whisperers anymore, so.
Yeah. Which means we need to at least prepare Lee. It doesn't really go down too well with me if I'm just going to throw her to the wolves and she's not going to have any means to defend herself. Do you know her loadout? What she uses?
She's got a katana that Logan gave her, and I think she's got a pistol. I also think she told me about something else that wrench was helping her with it, but I don't know what it is.
Hmm.
And I don't know if it's finished because of the entire strange shit.
Yeah, imagine it might have been broken or something like that, considering we moved out in a hurry.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe talk to her a little bit. I think you'd like it.
Next I see her. Thankfully she has a sword. I can at least teach her how to use it.
Yeah. Funny enough, I don't know jack shit about a sword. This is the only thing I got. Or, well, that
you
and
seem to know your way around it.
this, but rarely use it.
Just be careful with the chain.
Yeah.
Might be a bit problematic if someone grabs it.
I tend to... I used to grab it and swing it around and stuff. That was a long time ago, though. Don't really remember how to do it.
Perhaps sharpening the chains and getting like a glove or gauntlet, some sort of your left hand, so that you don't hurt yourself. If someone else grabs the chain,
grabs it, then it hurts.
they hurt themselves. Yeah.
It's smart.
Just a precaution.
I'll look into it. Maybe ask Wrench about it or someone else. Or Exo, actually. He does some stuff with that.
Yeah. Perhaps ask them both. Wrench has an awful habit of overworking themselves.
Yeah.
So if you ask them both, maybe they can collaborate and it ease the burden off of him.
Probably a good idea. Well, I don't know if you're gonna stay out more or anything, but I'm gonna head back for a bit.
Yeah, I'll probably scout around, make sure the area's safe, and I'll probably head back. Does the dojo have fortifications?
Probably not.
We should probably set up some sort of like way to get people in and out of it.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of having an underground thing, yeah. I think if we go further down that way, there should be we'd be right underneath it, actually, the dojo.
It'll certainly be good as a forward base if we were to attack the tigers, but yeah, it might be a bit difficult. We'll see. Yeah, I appreciate the conversation.
Anytime.
And you don't have to keep an eye on Buha.
I'll try.
But if you feel the need to.
I'm worried about her too,
I appreciate the information being relayed.
Not knowing her too well. See you around.
Yeah, you too.
Don't hurt yourself while
Take care of
scouting.
yourself and Muerte.
Yeah.